to the developers to ask.
Gameplay director Mike Wing joins us here on 2K TV. Mike, how are you?
Hey, it's great to see you guys.
How has development been staying at home during this tough period?
Oh man, it's been a whirlwind.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Knicks as they go up against Portland. Looking at Portland, they lost their first matchup against these guys. This, their final game against them in the regular season, looking to finish with a split. Well, both of these teams are at the vanguard of what has been an increasing trend in the NBA. Breakneck pace, Shaq.
Everybody loves a little showtime, but maybe not all the time. In many games now, it's all about winning, and losing is determined.
You ever gone at breakneck pace?
No.
Yeah, I enjoyed the era I played in, but offensively, I would love to sample just a little bit what it would be like when defenders just can't grab you.
Wow.
Like that?
Yeah, oh my gosh. And it was even worse than that, Ernie.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
There is no better way to start off the new year than with the NBA here on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Brett Berry, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll be hearing from David Aldridge on the sideline. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These, the new power rankings, they tell a great story. They're holding tight, still looking for ways to move up.
And you know, right now for the Trailblazers, they're sort of cemented in this spot right now. Playing decent basketball, but not quite well enough to make up any ground and get into that next tier.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Robinson is out there with Kevin Duckworth. Then it's Porter. Then there's Drexler. And it's Kersey in at the 3 spot. And for the Knicks, they've got Cheeks. Charles Oakley out there with Ewing. Then it's Wilkins. And it's Vandeweghe in at the 3. You've seen a lot of teams over your time that have been terrific starting a season, then just fall apart second half of the season.
Have you seen it, Kevin, happen with teams that have really good veteran players? I've seen it with young teams.
Yeah, unravel, and it's painful to watch. None come to mind, but I'm sure you could start to find teams that are 10 wins below from one half of the season to the next one.
And some of that, we know, it can happen with injuries to a star player, and you just are dismantled. But a lot of times,
like the Pacers with Oladipo,
yeah,
they were a difference in the last quarter of the season.
It's a great call, Kevin. But a lot of times it happens with young teams because if you get off to such a hot start and it's a bit unexpected, there's going to be a lot more attention on you, and you start to feel like, oh, well, we've arrived. This is easy. We've done this for 35, 40 games, no problem. Well, the league figures you out. And a lot of times young teams that have early success are probably the most susceptible to this lemmings kind of falling off the cliff type of deal.
And it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Drexler passes to Duckworth. Portland moving the ball around. Shot clock at 5. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Here's Robinson. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Knicks on offense. First quarter, just over a minute played. Vandeweghe passes to Ewing. Here's Vandeweghe to the inside. Oakley inside, guarded by Robinson. Battles through traffic and lays it in.
And like that aggressiveness from Oakley inside. He won't be denied. Outstanding at overpowering the defense.
Porter kicks to Drexler. And Fresh picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. That's his first foul. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Duckworth passes to Robinson.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
Shot from 16. The putback. It's good on the putback. basket.
And Ewing with that size really creates a tough matchup, especially when he's attacking the offensive board.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Porter with it. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Phoenix.
And don't forget about his assists. His playmaking was as good or better than his scoring. He was in complete control out there.
Here's Cheeks. Passes it to Vanderwyn. Over Kersey. Shots good by Vanderwyn.
This many of those, especially that wide open.
No, he's automatic from the mid-range, and the defense knows that it's a mistake to give up a shot like that.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Last time they met was in Portland this season.
And it's going to come down to effort tonight. Last time they met each other, they were demolished on the boards, and that rebounding difference led to a sizable loss.
Well, let's see if the lesson was learned from that loss. If they come out with the same type of effort, they can expect a similar result here.
Some numbers for him.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. And another turnover here by Portland. Nothing yet up on the scoreboard for them. The Knicks leading by 6. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Does not find the basket. His second miss. He's now 1 for 3. Robinson goes in. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to go on Charles Oakley.
And the bonus you get with Robinson, he plays the 3, 4, or 5. That versatility on both ends of the floor, a huge asset.
No good on the free throw. And New York making a change here. Walker's checked in. Good on the second free throw. Looking at the Knicks, they took the win in their last game against Washington.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game, great adjustments on the offensive end.
That never stopped working. One of those games where just everybody was making shots, continual flow, and a very professional win.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's Drexler. Knicks with the rebound.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
And Wilkins gets it to go.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Portland trails by 11. Drexler outside. Porter against Cheeks. Now the pass to Kersey. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Clock at 4. Trying to get open is Robinson. Porter kicks to Drexler. Porter in the corner. Tries again. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. Just 2 to shoot. Here's Kersey.
And how about the interior defense here early on? They really shut down the middle.
And the dunk by Walker.
Right there, focus coming in. Terrific execution.
there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that.
Here's Vanderway. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Kiki Vanderway at the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Well, we have seen some players refuse to speak to the media. For whatever reason, where should that line be drawn?
Well, there is a role and a responsibility, I think, of every player in the league, Kevin, given that it's an entertainment industry and that people have jobs around this league to tell stories, to have access to those players. Now, every player doesn't want to talk or get into certain things, but their availability should be made, and people should have access to them. Look, I don't want to take out the trash every Tuesday, but I understand I got to do it at home. And so players have a responsibility to their franchise to be a voice at times.
I always thought you were terrific at being a voice.
Well, I appreciate that, Kevin. Maybe that's how I got this job.
Almost halfway through the season, let's check out the standings out west. You look at Portland, they're 6th right now in the conference with lots of time to make a move.
And when you look at Portland, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
The goal is very defined. They have to have a strong finish to the season and make sure they get home court advantage for at least the first few rounds of the playoffs.
Portland, they have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
The first one falls. Both free throws good from Drexel. Here's Cheeks. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. He dishes it to Wilkins. Ewing inside. Working on Duckworth. Ewing's shot is good.
They wasted no time settling into their offense.
On the wing, Porter. Defended by Cheeks. Here's Drexler. Nice work on the board. He's paying off with the basket.
He seems to be in the right place at the right time more often than anybody that's on the court here tonight. You see that pay off.
To the middle. And finished off by Walker.
Excellent all-around performance so far against the big league.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Yeah, that was a really good look there. Porter's court vision sometimes I think is underrated.
Porter against Cheeks. Walker in the corner. Tries a 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Down low. Here's Robinson. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
There are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Here's Wilkins. Here's Walker. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul goes against Portland. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Walker. Jackson is checked in for the Knicks. That one is no good. Portland trails by 12. To the paint. Stolen away. Here's Wilkins. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against. Jackson passes to Ewing. That's it. And he's got 3 for 3 looking sharp.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Porter dishes to Robinson. It's stolen by Wilkins. A rebound by Drexler. Trailblazers shooting a mere 25% from the floor in this first quarter. Got that one up quick.
And just Shakespearean there, a smart read. Saw the defense was collapsing inside, so he wisely pulled up from the outside and drilled it.
Now here's Jackson. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Ewing kicks to Jackson. Ewing trying to get open. They get it again. Second shot opportunity, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul goes against Portland. So you stood up for 6 teams in your NBA career. What do you think about some of the front offices that you came across during that playing time?
I think when you find a front office, when you move from franchise to franchise, is what it is that they value most. And there were some franchises, quite frankly, Kevin, that I played for where they just wanted you to show up on time, get there, play the game, and leave. Those franchises end up having a lot of struggle to find some footing in the league. They also find trouble finding attraction from free agency because people understand the culture just isn't there. There are other teams that do so many other things well, Kevin. You feel so much more valued as a player throughout your course of your career. Those are the places that end up sticking with you. And I think the league is doing a great job from top to bottom, moving in that direction. Now, some are doing it better than others. That will always be the case. But the idea around finding more completeness for what it is you provide a player is a great thing for everyone.
Here's Jackson. Portland knocking down that triple moments ago. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Young outside. And Portland again with the bucket.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
With the shot. New York, no good that time either.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
And Ewing with the block. 3 on 3. Here's Newman. But they recover. With the teardrop. Just 5 on the clock. No good on the shot. Excellent D there from Williams. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Portland. Trailing here by 8. Pass to Petrovic. Outside Robinson. Pass to Williams. Here's Petrovic. Portland moving the ball. Stolen by Jackson. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
Young passes to Petrovic. And here is Williams. The jump hook. That one a little long. Passes to Newman. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it attacks an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
Now, here is Young. 9 points last game out. Portland again misses. Walker looking for an opening. Dishes it to Ewing. Jackson passes to Walker. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. While we have a break, we can see which teams have made the most of their second chance opportunities over the last 10 games.
Really something to see. Their effort on the offensive glass has just led to so many second chance opportunities.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Walker. And so Walker nails both of them.
You just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
Feeds it to Williams. It's rebounded by New York. Tucker dishes to Jackson. We've got 1:13 left here in the opening quarter. And he banks in the lane.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Now here's Williams. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Young against Jackson. Banked in off the glass. Jackson's got 6 points.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, the bully ball tonight has paid dividends. Highly effective down there with the physical play.
Now, here is Young. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Here's Williams. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
Jackson passes to Newman. The dish to Ewing. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from you.
I mean, drawing fouls and making them pay at the line.
Young against Jackson. To the inside. With 2 seconds left. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Knicks out front, up by 16. And we'll be back with you right after this. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, and look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Yeah, hopefully the opposition can recover, because that first quarter defensively was unbelievable, just crippling defense.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And New York looking to who they got. BC is out there with Jackson. Then it's Newman. Then it's Oakley. And it's Wilkins in at the center position.
Well, it's one thing to play good defense, but then to alter the shot and get the rebound, that's a good day's work.
And finished off by Williams.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively, because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
Irvin, guarded by Tucker, stolen by Jackson. Lays it in off the breakaway. Jackson's got 8 points.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Here's Williams. The pass to Irvin. 5 to shoot. Young inside. Guarded by Jackson. Young's shot is off.
That's how to protect the rim without fouling. Force him into an awkward release and a bit of an adjustment on the layup.
Here's Newman. He kicks to Jackson. New York moving the ball around. Up top, Oakley. Lets it go with the 3. Jackson misses.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
As good as you can do without getting a block there to defend.
It's tipped. Stolen by Tucker. And there's Jackson on the assist for Tucker. He's got 10.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
It's Young on the wing. On the wing, Williams. Over Oakley. No good off the front iron.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backdoor. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Here's Newman. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tucker misses the 3.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
B, the pass to Young. Here's Petrovic, guarded by Jackson. Sheets checked in for Jackson. Portland also making some changes. Kevin Duckworth is checked in for Cooper. And it's Porter in for Young. New York leading by 18. Here's Cheeks. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. New York, no good that time either.
Mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Now here's Porter. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. A moment now to check out who's leading in the All-Star voting.
And a lot of fans and players interested to see how this thing all turns out.
You take a look at Porter. He's not quite there, but he's very close to a spot in the starting lineup for the West.
And to have the great season he's having and still not crack the top 5, that just tells you a lot about how terrific some of the other Western Conference players have been.
And it seems like the anticipation just continues to build each year around this time of the season. Gonna be a fantastic weekend. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. The defensive rules were different when you played, for example, the elimination of the hand check.
Hand checking was huge because great defensive guards like a Derek Harper or a Mookie Blaylock can get their forearm on you and basically move you around rather than you trying to get where you want to go. And the other thing, Kevin, that they did was they didn't allow you to have the time in the free throw line. You have a 2.9 before an illegal defense. It used to be a game really of 2 stars on one side of the floor operating, and the rest of the guys sort of shoveled off in the corner on the other side. All those things have changed with the way the league is going.
For the better.
Oh, I think so. Your freedom of movement, fluidity of the athletes. It's definitely a better game in terms of the movement.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. He's checked in for Petrovic. And it's Drexler in for B. Drexler passes to Duckworth. It's Porter atop the key. Shot to stop the run. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And New York the other way now. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Suns in Phoenix. Sets in motion a 4-game road trip for him. Sheik's no good.
I'll be honest, I thought there's no way that he's missing that close. That's a bunny. Give it up for the aggressive defense, Kevin. Just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players, Kevin, playing today can do.
Outside Wilkins. Pass to Cheeks. Here's Vanderway. Pass to Cheeks. Over Porter. Cheeks' shot is good. Cheeks has got his first basket of the night. So it's Portland now. Outside Porter. Drexler up top. He dishes it to Duckworth. Back to Drexler. Kersey passes to Williams. 4 on the shot clock. Tries from 16. And there's Porter on the assist by Williams. Porter's got 5.
Mid-range, plenty of room for that release. He's going to take those all day long.
Here's Vanderway. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. For New York, they have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
Kiki Vanderway. 2 shots.
Shoot 2.
First one falls for. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Portland trails by 20. Porter looking it over. Pass to Williams. Inside, here's Drexler, and finished off by Drexler.
About the explosive vertical there. Not much you can do to stop Drexler once he gets to the rim.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
And, you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
Ewing's checked in for Wilkins. On the free throw, no good. The Knicks leading by 18. Here's Vanderway. 8 points for him. The pass to Cheeks. Kicks to Oak. Here's Vanderway. He started by Williams. Here's Wilkins. New York, no good that time either. Portland trails by 18. Wide open look. Connects. The jumper drops.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around. Keep it moving. Try to get an assist on every bucket.
Here's Cheeks. His last outing, he had 8 points. Here's Ewing. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Duckworth's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Outside Porter. On the wing, Drexler. Out of bounds, New York takes possession. A chance now to check out the Knicks' upcoming schedule. On Friday and then on Sunday.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
Now here's Ewing, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Clearly a foul.
The Knicks have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
Ewing at the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Ewing. Robinson's checked in for Buck Williams. Both free throws good from Ewing. Portland trails by 18. Now Porter, 5 points in the game. Over Cheeks. And too much time in the lane. They didn't call for the 3-second violation. Let's use this break in the action to show you the teams that in the last 10 games have been the NBA's best fast break teams.
I mean, no doubt for me that they've hit their stride the last few weeks. I mean, they are punishing good defenses with that up-tempo style.
Pass to Oakley. The shot, no good. Excellent D that time from Robinson. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for Portland. They trail by 18. Clyde Drexler on the wing. Pass to Kersey. Swiped it away. Out left to the wing. Here's Cheeks. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Portland trails by 18. To the inside. Stolen by Ewing. And here is Wilkins. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Now, here's Porter. Robinson left side. 5 on the clock. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Vandeweghe passes to Cheeks. Dishes to Wilkins. Passes it to Ewing. Poked loose, and that one goes out of bounds. Touched by Porter.
Still team ball.
Check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. Take a look at the Knicks. They're 7th right now. Not a bad spot, but certainly they'd like to string together a run of wins.
Well, I think for New York, this season has definitely qualified as a success for them. Their failures were well documented a year ago, and this year, ups clearly outweigh the downs.
Well, there was no way you were going to limbo under the bar that was set for them coming into this season so low. Just about anything other than the last place finish would have been considered a success. It's just terrific that they've gotten themselves into playoff contention.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the call. New York with the foul. The Trailblazers shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. Different look for New York. Walker comes in for Oakley, and it's Jackson in for Cheeks. He hits the second from the line. New York leading by 19. Outside Jackson. Outside Walker. Back to Jackson. Shot clock at 5. Nice D from Porter.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Here's Drexler, and he wheels that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Here's Wilkins. Ewing trying to get open. The shot by Wilkins, no good.
And his lateral quickness really allows him to stay in front of the shooter there and challenge the shot.
Talk about versatility on offense a lot, but how about on defense? And he takes pride in making an impact down there.
Now here's Porter. He's got 5. Shoots over Walker. Again, the Trailblazers score.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to this rim.
Ewing against Duckworth. Double team on Ewing. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
That's a jump ball.
So it's the Knicks now. Walker dishes to Ewing, and Walker kicks to Wilkins. On the pass to Vanderlyn. Portland grabs the miss. Kersey's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Drexler. Jackson against Porter. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Kersey. On deep. The Trailblazers get it back in a new 14. Duckworth's shot is off.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Now here's Ewing, and the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
They get it back. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. To the paint, and a fast break now for the Knicks.
And the reason why Ewing is not only an all-star talent, but a Hall of Fame talent. Awesome at getting to his spots and then capitalizing.
It's stolen by Wilkins. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Knicks lead by 19. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. For the Knicks, Kenny, what's your take?
That was the half of the super set. A lot of offense coming off the bench, and that's such a luxury to have that kind of firepower available. There were times when the pace picked up when the second unit came into the game, and that's the best part, having a bunch of guys who's ready at the drop of a hat.
Shaq, let's get your insight on the visiting team.
That was very undisciplined half of basketball they just played. You can see it in all the points they gave up at the free throw line. Listen, I don't mind the aggressive attitude, but they took it too far with all the silly, crazy fouls.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
Welcome back. The calendar has flipped over, and so have we into the second half of our broadcast. You look at Patrick Ewing in this game so far, he has been everywhere.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
On the floor for Portland, they've got Robinson. Drexler out there with Porter. Then there's Kersey, and it's Duckworth in at the 5, patrolling the paint. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. And the Knicks making a change here. Oakley's checked in.
Charles Oakley.
Portland trails by 19. Drexler passes to Porter. Back to Drexler. Passes to Kersey. He kicks it to Drexler. Clock at 6. Lets it go. Solid as a rock from 20 feet away. Drexler's got the first points of the second half up on the board for the Trailblazers. Cheeks against Porter. On the basket by Ewing. And the Knicks lead by 19.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Here's Porter. 2 points. That one goes. Porter's got 9.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
Tip of the cap there. I mean, that defense was good. The finish was better.
Now here's Ewing. 18 points for him. Here's Wilkins. Ewing. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
And there's the pass to Porter. From deep. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Cheeks against Porter. Here's Cheeks. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. From beyond the arc, Duckworth grabs the board. Portland trails by 16. Drexler up top. Kicks it to Porter. Back to Drexler. That's to Kersey. Duckworth in the post. He's against Ewing. Duckworth with the bucket.
I'm not sure what the coach said at halftime, but whatever it did, it's lit a fire. They're now 4 of 4 from the field to start their offense here in the second half.
Here's Vanderway. 8 points for him. Pass to Ewing. Double team on Ewing to the left side wing. Here's Cheeks. The kick out to Wilkins. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession.
A moment here to see some numbers for Fresh. His last 10 games, he's averaging 11 points a game, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
Passes it to Oakley. Porter with the steal. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Now the pass to Drexler. Over Oakley. And a little hot that time, but it drops. Drexler's got 4 points in the quarter.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
They are just killing him on the interior.
And it's checked in for New York. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Buck Williams, he's checked in for Robinson. Wilkins, no good on the free throw.
His shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
Porter kicks to Drexler. Shot clock at 6. Williams, again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
And I tell you what, they're doing their best to cut down the lead with some smart offense here in the second half. Shot selection much improved since the break.
Now here's Wilkins. He has 5. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Teams value the 3 so much nowadays. Let's check out the best at it.
No doubt, they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
Portland trails by 12. Pass to Kersey. Outside, Porter fires the 3. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And what a great start to the second half. They've hit everything they've looked at thus far.
Right side, Wilkins. Let's go. He kicks it to Ewing. Just 4 to shoot. Over Duckworth. New York, no good that time either.
I get a feeling that he made that much more difficult than he had to. No reason why he had to fade away on that jumper. Two teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
The Knicks leading by 7. Here's Cheeks. Pass to Ewing. Here's Newman. Launches a 3. New York, no good that time either. Drexler against Wilkins. Outside, Porter. Drexler right side. The kick out to Porter. Right wing. Duckworth with it. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game.
Good job on the glass there, working hard to establish position and put himself in a great spot to come away with that rebound.
Wasted no time on that. And that's now 7 points for Fresh. The steal. Ewing against Duckworth. Got a piece of it. Now Porter, 15 points in the game. ABC's checked in for New York. Jackson comes in for Cheeks. Portland also making some changes. Cooper comes in for Kevin Duckworth. And Petrovic subbed in for Jerome Kersey. Here is Williams. He's got 8. Drexler outside. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot. So it's the Knicks now. And here's Jackson. 10 points for him. Porter with the steal. Passes it to Petrovic. Back to Porter. 6 on the shot clock. A pass to Petrovic. Drills the three-pointer. And now it's just a 4-point Knicks lead.
And right there is the difficulty in defending Petrovic. He can burn you from deep as well as off the dribble.
Williams with the block. Outside, Porter down low. Petrovic's shot is off. New York leading by 4. Ewing the pass to Jackson. Here's Newman. He's got 5. Pass to Tucker. Fires for 3. They grab their own miss. Here's Newman. Second chance effort, and it's good off the glass. Ewing's got 7.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now here's Porter. 15 points in the game, and Ewing sends it back. Pass to Newman. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Yeah, outstanding job there, taking the harm and still able to finish.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Walker's checked in for Charles Oakley. Portland also making some changes. Robinson's checked in for Cooper. He comes in for Clyde Drexler. Young is subbed in for Terry Porter. Time call here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. Patrick Ewing really making a difference here.
And the defense has not provided any threat to stop him out there, so it should come to no surprise that he continues to attack the basket.
Portland trails by 9. Young taking his time here. Here's Petrovic, guarded by Tucker. Elbow shot. Walker with the rebound. Walker's got his 5th rebound in this one. Newman, the pass to Walker. Over Young. Shot's good by Walker. He's got 9.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Now here's Williams. 8 points for him.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
The Trailblazers shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Petrovic with the pass to Young. Passes to Robinson. Now, here is Young. Stolen by Jackson. Drops in the breakaway late. Jackson's got 12. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. It's a 13-point game. The pass to Irvin. It's Robinson, top of the key. Pass to Irvin. Portland moving the ball. Shot clock at 5. Here's Young. Hands the shot with nobody near him. Young's got his 2nd bucket of the night. The Knicks leading by 11. Jackson passes to Ewing. Takes it off the glass.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Shady Vanderway.
1:22 left in the 3rd quarter. Robinson passes to Williams. Cuts off the pass. Here's Vanderway, defended by Young. Jackson looking it over. Pass to Vanderway. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. He's got 11.
No way he's going to pass that shot left. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
Here's Petrovic. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The Knicks leading by 16. Ewing the pass to Jackson. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Robinson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Passes it to Irvin. 26 seconds left to play in the 3rd. Williams finds Robinson. Shot clock at 6. The kick out to Williams. Shoots over Ewing. The shot by Williams, no good. On the wing, Jackson. From deep 3-point range, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's New York with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points, and their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We come back right after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Ewing is out there with the natural, and it's ABC, and there's Jackson, and it's Vanderway, and it's small forward. That's the 5 for New York right now. Now, here's Tucker. Kicks it to Ewing. Right side to Walker. And Walker throws it down.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
It's Young on the wing, guarded by Jackson. Back to Young. Stolen by Jackson. And the pass to Ewing. Double team on Ewing. Blanketed by the D. Right to the roof of the lane. He's got 24.
How about the muscle inside from Ewing? Easily getting to wherever he wants to on that low block.
Here's Williams. It's Young on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Robinson. Over Jackson. The Knicks pull it in. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Here's Tucker. Bucket is good. Tucker's got his first 2 points of the night. So it's Portland now. Outside Williams. To the right side. Pass to Irvin. Right side Robinson. 6 to shoot. Outside Williams from 17 feet out. Drained for 2 points. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for New York. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Out to the right wing. Here's Vanderway. 3-pointers off the mark. Portland trails by 20. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure. Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Young outside. Brent, when constructing a team, it's always tricky to fit in max margin. But the truth is, some players probably deserve much more money than they're allowed to receive.
Incredible to say that, right, Kevin?
Is, yeah.
But there are guys like LeBron James whose $35 million contract might be worth 100.
I was talking about Jordan too, right?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And for the years that Michael Jordan was underpaid in Chicago for what it was he was doing. But in terms of competitive balance for the league and 30 franchises, and for you to try to build a team and a roster to put out on the floor to play this game and have opportunities to win championships, it's really the only way, and sometimes unfairly for guys in terms of their competition and compensation to have to put maximums on what it is that players can do.
So it's Portland now. The Knicks making the shot. Here's Kersey, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That free throw good from Kersey. A different look for New York. Oakley, he's checked in for ABC, and Cheeks is subbed in for Jackson. Drexler, he's checked in for Portland. Porter comes in for Young. Kersey drops both of them. The Knicks lead by 20. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Cheeks against Porter. Cheeks kicks to Wilkins. Clock at 6. Portland grabs the miss. Robinson's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive.
We have seen some international showcase games the last few years. Do you like that trend?
Oh, absolutely. I like the fact that our league, we know how global it is with how many players from different countries are represented throughout the rosters around the league. But for our game to travel around to London and to Mexico City and have an opportunity for those fans to see what NBA basketball is like, I think it's an absolute win for the NBA.
I'd like to see more.
more time for those teams. The timing of some of those trips for some teams are a little bit tough in terms of the travel, but their appearances there mean so much more to grow the game globally.
Here's Cheeks. He feeds it to Ewing. Pass to Vanderlyn. Here's Cheeks. Hits him up, and he sinks the layup. And the Knicks lead by 20.
When the player gets a feel for that floater, can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
Wow, they made every free throw here in the second half.
And he makes the first. Both free throws good from Duckworth. The Knicks leading by 18. There's the pass to Vanderlyn. And the three off target.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Drexler passes to Porter. Kersey with the ball.
And being over the limit this early really can affect your aggressiveness defensively. They have got to play under control.
That free throw, no good. Sinks the second.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Cheeks against Porter. Pass to Oakland. And he drops it in from the low post.
And Cheeks is the ultimate orchestrator when it comes to running the offense. A creative guard with exceptional passing ability.
Now here's Porter. Drexler on the wing, defended by Wilkins. 6 to shoot. Duckworth passes to Porter. Count that one.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
New York leading by 17. Here's Vanderlyn. And there's a shot to finish it off.
You hear that sound? The flushing of the toilet right there.
Fierce two-hand. Now here's Drexler. Out to the wing. Kersey passes to Duckworth. Drexler kicks to Porter. On deep.
First team foul.
For New York, they've gone 8 of 11 from the field in the final period. Great shooting down the stretch. From 6 feet. And he can't bank that one in. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Drexler dishes to Robinson. Sweet little floater.
That's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference. Not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Porter against Cheeks. Porter with the steal. Clyde Drexler on the wing. Drops in the tray. Drexler's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And how about the offensive explosion here by Clyde Drexler? Has really developed his skill set. No one's been able to match up with him all night.
Defense, Portland. They trail by 14. Outside Wilkins. 5 on the clock. Lets it go from deep. Buries the long-range jumper.
one before the break, and that's his first 3 of this half.
Drexler passes to Kersey. Here's Porter. The shot comes out. Now the Knicks take it the other way. 22 is their biggest lead. Ewing the pass to Cheeks. Back to Ewing. And Patrick Ewing with the slam.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting well and scoring points in bunches.
And Portland has possession. 19-point game. Porter against Cheeks. Porter, no luck. The Knicks shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Ewing the pass to Cheeks. Passes it to Vandeweghe. Takes the 3. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
Porter passes to Kersey. To end the run. And he converts the layup. Kersey's got 7 points for the quarter. New York leading by 20. Here's Vandeweghe. High arcing shot, and he comes up with the deuce.
That basket must be widening out right now, Kevin. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Now a timeout called by Portland. Brent, when we talk about home court advantage, do you feel it's the same as it used to be? It has that same impact?
I do think it's still hugely important, Kevin. It's less important when there's a team that has been together for a long time and has proven that they can take their wares on the road and come home with a victory. But it absolutely gives you a level of comfort as a player to get into your routine, to be at a place that seems familiar. Something deep down psychologically helps every member of that team being at home.
Kersey passes to Robinson. Now Porter on the wing. Drexler. 3-pointer on the way. It's hauled in by Oakley. Oakley's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Cheeks. And there's the feed to Ewing. Over Drexler. And again, it's New York.
You have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing. And also,
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
Here is Porter. Patrick Ewing picking up that last basket. Pass to Kersey. Portland moving the ball over. 5 to shoot. Here's Duckworth. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Patrick Ewing.
2 shots.
First free throw is good. Many players now signing shorter contracts in free agency. You've talked about this a lot. Does it make it harder or easier for the super team?
Well, I think it makes it easier because all of a sudden a star player from another team becomes available that you could latch him on to somewhere else.
Any examples you could throw out there? That
I don't want to get into the specifics.
Okay,
of it.
I understand.
I think we've seen it over the past 3 or 4 years with some of our star guys. And
yes.
I don't fault them because they're getting smarter. Players are a lot smarter about what it is that they can do with having the very few times, Kevin, that you have a say in your career as to where it is that you're going to play, and more importantly, the potential for what it is that financially you can make.
And playing for a championship.
For a championship, or potentially the opportunity to play with somebody who you've always thought you could either elevate their play or they could elevate yours. This is not going away anytime soon.
The pass to Vandeweghe. McRae inside. And no good. And it's Portland the other way.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Knicks.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And Young, here we go. To the middle, here's Johnson, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Well, at this point, they're just trying to get back in sync. You want to play a good brand of basketball.
Consistency definitely is a key to some of the playoff performing teams, and tonight they just did not find it in this contest.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. This game has been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you later.